This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, miniatures, and paints, discount prices at miniaturemarket.com. Hey everybody, welcome to part 2 of, I wonder if you can call this shading or depth. What we're doing is we're teaching you how to add a little depth so things just don't look so almost two-dimensional. Part 1, we showed you how to darken up crevices and stuff like that without covering the model all in wash and utilizing the wash a little bit at a time to get creases and create shadow. Well, now we're going to start creating some light, and we're going to do this, and I'm going to show you the proper way to do it. And we're going to be using the gunship again, and I'm going to use I think a Land Raider also to kind of show you. Let's face it, Games Workshop makes some of the best models that you're ever going to see, and they really help because they are the benchmark on really bringing out detail, because you're going to see that the most, because some of their artists bring out such beauty in their products that you try to mimic it. If you even come just 2% close, you think you've done a great job, and I really think that we can do that. So why don't we go down to the table and get started. Now last time we took a look, what we were doing was we were taking a look at how to darken things up, and by doing that, and I'm using this gunship for an example, you can see where we were able to put some new oil in there, and that gives depth. Okay, and what I mean by that is, where if we took a look at this Land Raider here, you could see that if you do not put those lines in, it just kind of gives you're kind of it becomes kind of two-dimensional. But with this, by just adding that in, it gives it depth. Now the next thing that we want to do is, I want to show you guys something here, and I did this poorly for a reason. And as you can see, you have yellow outlines, because now what we want to do is show light. And by using a yellow with a red, it really doesn't work for contrast's sake. It just kind of, the yellow kind of stands out, and it doesn't make any sense. And you can make a lot of mistakes by making too thick of lines. Well, even if you make a mistake, it's not a big deal, because of course you can just do what we're going to do right here and just fix it ourselves by just taking a little bit of that Mephiston red, or whatever color your particular model is, and just basically, well, kind of go back over it and cover it up. It's not a big deal. It's okay to make mistakes, because as you can see, just with a very quick movement of your brush, boom, you can fix any of those mistakes. Now I made these mistakes on purpose, and it was for a demonstration to show you that you can fix just about anything. So don't be nervous about anything. So now let's start picking out the colors that we will use to go forward and help line things out. So what you want to do is you want to take and you want to get your liner brush here and just get a little of that paint on there. Not a whole heck of a lot. Now I'm using a Jacaro orange for this, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my paper towel and I'm going to take a whole bunch of it off, because I really don't want it to go on thick. And all I want to do is just catch these edges, and if you can see how I'm holding this, I'm just working the finer lines here, and I'm just taking my time and just working along that edge. Now you see it's not like the yellow that overpowered, okay? So it's not overpowering anything, but you have a nice line which is going to give you light, and that's what we're looking for. You see how nice and sharp that line is? That's exactly what we want. Now I always like to rinse off a little bit here, and then just always keeping my paint fresh but also not putting a lot on there, because you can muddle it that way, and you can make too thick of a line. So I always try to put it on and kind of take it off a little bit. So again, using this brush, the way I do it, you can hold it any way you want. Some people like to even do this, where they can just come along the edges here. And you can see, just by kind of scraping, and you're building a line there. You're giving light and definition. And that's what you want to do. You don't want it to be like it is up here, where it's so thick and the color takes over. That's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to create light. We're trying to create dimension. And those are the things that are going to help you. So let's keep on going just a little bit more here. And I'm just going to take a little bit more, and like this edge right here. Okay? And I'm going to turn this more towards the camera here and just kind of work that edge down. It's going to give me another dimension there, and a little bit here, and then come down the corner here. I can even come over here a bit, work into here some, where I'm just creating. And if you make a mistake, just paint over and try it again. But now this all has depth now, and that's what we're looking for. You can even, if you really want to be brave, kind of just run your brush along here a bit and give another line of dimension, or darken it up, whatever it takes. But you can see here, it gives light and shadow, and those are the things that we're trying to accomplish each and every time that we're painting, especially a big model or even figures to some degree. We're trying to create dimension and light. So let's go up top and get my final thoughts on this and get on out of here. God, I love these Warhammer things. They are just absolutely gorgeous and fun to paint too. All right, let's head up top. Well, there you have it. I hope you guys all enjoyed that. I think it was a lot of fun, and I hope you learned a few things. Try it out on some of your models. Next week, we're going to be doing some really fun things. We're going to be playing around with yellows, learning how to paint yellows, and because yellows are really, really tough. And it's a tough color for a beginner to do and pull off. So I'm going to show you how to pull it off and how we're going to get through yellow. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be painting some orcs, and I'm going to be showing you some shading tips on a bunch of different 40K models, because hey, why not? They're really great to mess around with, and they're perfect for what we're doing. So I hope you enjoyed this, and until next time, I'm Rob Oren. We'll see you soon.